Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Sunday. All right, guys. Well, it looks like we have some shade being thrown in Beverly Hills. And listen, right now they're filming the show. Why would they not be throwing shade? However, some of the shade, I'm like, girl, this is rude, rude. But then other parts of it, I'm like, she ain't wrong, honey. She ain't wrong. So we're about to get into all of it. And also Teddi Mellencamp speaking out on her strange interaction with Jax Taylor. So we have a lot to talk about, lots to discuss. Now, before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed over here to Up and Adam Channel 1, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's go. All right, guys. So this is where I wanted to start because Dorit Kemsley is shading the shit out of Sutton Stracke, and she's also spilling some Bravo tea. Listen, she did a most likely to game with Rollacoaster Magazine, and she called out some of Sutton's patterns, especially the "no one will marry her" dig. She said probably Sutton, but then again, I don't know if she'd actually find someone to marry her. But Sutton was also the one who's most likely to leave on red. She teased that Sutton's communication style, saying that she often ignores messages. Mm. All right. Well, when it came to Kyle, she pointed out that Kyle might be the first to move away from LA. And she does have high praises for Bose and Erica, saying Bose got the awards for Best Wing Woman, Best Advice Giver, and Outfit Lending. And Erica was credited as the best secret keeper and noted for her ability to hold on to private confessions. So, all right. Here's my thing. When she says that Kyle is like the most likely to move out of Los Angeles, I don't find that to be a complete dig. I think that Kyle Richards has been very, very vocal and open about the fact that she is no longer happy living in Los Angeles. And I think that she has said multiple times that God forbid the day comes where all of this is over. She thinks that maybe she would move somewhere, have a white picket fence. And it's very reminiscent of a conversation that I actually had with Ariana Madix, because Ariana was telling me that she's not obsessed with Los Angeles. And I said, so what do you want to do when this is all over? And this was right when Scandal hit, and she was getting ready to go on Dancing with the Stars. And she said, you know what, Adam? She's like, people think I'm making millions of dollars. Like, that's not the case. But when all of this is over, I just want to find a place in the middle of nowhere, have a white picket fence, and just be left the fuck alone. And I was like, no, I get that. I get that. I mean, it's so wild because some people have even asked me before, like, Adam, at what point do you stop YouTube? I'm like, no, I love YouTube. I love the Addams family, and I'll probably do this for as long as I absolutely can. But I'm also not under the same scrutiny that a lot of these people are under. I can log out of YouTube and I don't have Bravo PR and NBC calling me up my ass trying to tell me this is what I need to do. I need to make something right. I need to message, somebody on social media. I need to make a post. I need to navigate things a certain way. Like, I'm not under that same scrutiny. Thank God. I didn't sign a contract with Bravo, so I don't have to deal with the same shit. But when I've seen some of their contracts, it really is. It's so time demanding. It is demanding of just, again, not only your time, but your mental, physical, emotional well-being, trying to make sure that you are always spot on. And if you're not, then they're going to get pissed off at you and you're going to deal with the consequences of it. It's just not, in my opinion, it's not a great contract. Unless you're around for a long, long time and you're making, 6-7 figures. If that's the case, then I guess maybe it's a little bit different. But moving on. So Teddi Mellencamp also shared a Jax Taylor flight run-in. It was at about 30,000 feet, but Teddi revealed on her 2Ts in a podcast that she unexpectedly ran into Jax Taylor on one of her flights, and she overheard him complaining to a flight attendant because he didn't have a first-class ticket, even as she watched from economy. And listen, here's the thing. He actually did a video on this with his publicist, Lori Kay. And Lori Kay, I thought, did an incredible job of just like really honing him in, like reeling him in. I think that she does a fantastic job because I think that not only is she a publicist, but I think that sometimes, and this doesn't just apply to her, I think it applies to all managers and publicists, especially when you have somebody talking about themselves in third person and they're like, I'm Jax Taylor. I think that you become 70% publicist and 30% babysitter trying to really figure out how to navigate and deal with the emotional constraints and issues that your client is dealing with. I'm trying to say this in the best way possible. But when she was on the podcast talking about this with Jax, Jax was going on and he was completely trying to defend himself as to why he had a meltdown in first class. And Lori Kay was not letting him have that, which for me, I loved. I thought, okay. But Teddi did quip that she shouldn't have even, he shouldn't have even splurged for first class given previous reports of his financial troubles like alleged tax and mortgage issues during his divorce. But Teddi believes that Jax may have been trying to avoid small talk by pretending the airline erred on his seating. Yeah. The other thing about that, I don't think that he was trying to okay, let me try to say this the best way. Yes, he probably was trying to avoid having small talk. I do think that when you start dealing with people who are on these shows and they've been on the shows for a long time and they have production teams and people running around and making sure that they're happy and dealing with their schedules and dealing with everything that they have to deal with, I truly in my heart of hearts believe that they start getting used to getting whatever they want in those situations. And I think that when you're dealing with that while filming a TV show, it's very easy to carry that into your everyday life. Like, okay, so for example, say you go on a plane and everything is not exactly how you thought. What are you talking about? It's not exactly how I thought. Like, I paid for this ticket. I'm Jax Taylor, and you're like, who gives a fuck? Like, who really, really, who cares who you are? That doesn't apply to this. Like, you are no better or different than anybody else on this plane. And now you have given another job to the stewardess who have to come to you and let you know, hey, I get it. You feel very important, but that shit doesn't apply here. And right now, our job is to make sure that everybody safely gets on the plane, that all of the seats are good, and that we can take off without issues. So if you're going to provide an issue, we don't give a shit who you are. And I think that applies to everyone. It should apply to everyone. There are so many other people who are so much more well known who would never, ever exhibit this sort of behavior. But I want to hear what you guys think, guys. Pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we'll see you later. Bye. See ya.